Welcome to Big Braids and Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere. And this is Coffee and Crypto. Basically, it's always good, if you're like me, and I get up early in the morning and I take a look at the charts. I also have different times that I take a look at the charts. The market tends to be affected at different times of the day, from what I've noticed. And going into the weeks, it's good to see what the market's doing in the weekend. Preparation from the week. Uh, you know, Monday morning's usually the exciting time for me when I get to, start taking a look at the charts. Early in the mornings, it tends to, start moving around in my area. So, that's the timeline of when I got to keep an eye on it. And throughout the weekend, I tend to get in a lot of different, chat groups and see what's happening around. I use the time to get all my information for the week. Whether it's going to be buying or selling, or But during this run, it's just been accumulation for me. But yeah, first thing in order, I like to get up and get that coffee going, and take a look at all the charts and such, and see where everything's at. Here's ASM, for those of you that are looking at ASM. Yeah, yesterday in the video, I said, possibly got a sideways motion. Everybody's waiting for a breakout. And I would happy to be. It'd be awesome if there was a breakout on this one. It's there. It's waiting. It still needs the news that it needs to get going. But the good thing that I've noticed is that if on this pullback here, you're actually getting what'd you call it? On a higher high, and then here's a higher low here as well. So if on this one we could start getting a higher lows, and as well as going for some higher highs, which would be relatively what you would expect to happen. So that move there is right. It's on the table, and that could happen. And then possibly for one of these. But when they start making these upward crawls, I've said it in some previous videos, when they start doing those upward crawls, I'm always looking for a decent dip down. But with this coin, everybody's kind of, from the sounds of it, a lot of people are holding, and mainly in a lot of these coins, because everybody's waiting to see what BTC is going to do. The talk of the town is 150,000, and everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen. Those of us that's been in the crypto game for years now, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen with everything. And it's an exciting time for a lot of us. I mean, wow! Look at this. XLM's on sale, and that it's good to see some good stuff going on. It's already about ready to tag the 618, and I've seen a lot of people talk about it. Getting down here, and then we could probably see some more of this. The way the market's looking at this point, but these are my opinions only, and take them only as that. But as far as the dip coming, it's out there, especially if BTC does take off. If BTC's getting ready to take off to the moon, it's starting to hit that 80,000, 100,000 mark. A lot of these coins are going to go on sale, and that's what I'm looking for. I would love a good sale. If XLM here was to pull back to 33, that would be a really good price. I'd almost be confident that I would feel good about it, that I'm buying down here and not way up here, because XLM's got a lot of good news behind it, and I almost feel like, oh man, maybe I'm buying on the floor here, yeah, and that would be an awesome, because I could accumulate more. That'd be something that would be good to look at. WCFG. As you can tell, it's just going sideways. Everything's been just, going sideways for a while now. And the last video I was talking about how everybody's just kind of waiting to see what BTC is going to do. What's the next move? And Until BTC really starts climbing, everything could possibly just like be caught up with BTC, and then it's paired up, and then it's just waiting for the next move. So you'll notice that, in the beginning of a lot of the crypto coins, they'll be, doing their own thing. They'll be like, basically giving everything an FU and shooting to the moon. But once they catch up with the BTC dominance pair, they just basically start moving exactly like BTC. I mean, if I could pull this chart up, just put it right here, and then compare it. I mean, you could pull up some comparisons and stuff with the other ones, with the BTC pair. I don't really like to do that because I look for patterns in the lines, I guess you could say. Uh, I really focus on the movement of where everything goes. I look at multiple different kinds of groups. A lot of people use the Heikin-Ashi area, but uh, I'll go back to the lines here, and actually some of the different uh, sales sites to get a better look at what their grid lines are looking at. Some of the apps like I mean, you can go to KuCoin and they'll have their own app, and then you go to Coinbase and it has its own grid lines, and sometimes it really gives you a different outlook of how the market's looking, and I can adjust my patterns on what are these multiple different apps doing. So but that's just my method, and it helps me a lot. My brain probably works a lot different than everybody else, but uh, let's take a look at farm here. Farms still consolidating. It's sideways, and I've had a couple of texts asking about farm, and it'd be interesting to see with the low coin circulation that it actually does. It could. I mean, this sucker would really start moving really fast. Probably as fast as it did when it first got listed, which was an awesome, awesome trip for a lot of people. Yeah. See, everything's pretty much just, things are just kind of building up and getting ready for the next move. As far as going into the weekend. Getting some sales here and there. I mean, these are some NKN. See, here's another one here. So you start getting this crawling pattern here, and then boom, drop. So those are things you got to look for when you're looking at the grids. Is it caterpillar walking here and then freaking going down to the next level? But it tested the 786, and look at this thing. It's got a pretty good candle. I mean, well, I guess you wouldn't call that major, but it's got its bounce going. If it does have some, some kind of action, we could basically, but with the way everything's been going sideways, it could just possibly do something like that, and then, if BTC does break out, we could, see some drops maybe down to, maybe point. Geez, I doubt it would go down that far, as much as people are, talking about holding and stuff and trying to see, everybody's wanting to see what this 150,000 is going to look like with all these coins. So I've seen some numbers thrown out there, $2 on this coin, which, I would love to see. I would love to see that. So and if the prices come down to 0.30, shoots, I'd get all over that. That'd be something I'd do. But remember this. These are just my opinions on market, and take it as is. Just got to take it as that, and do whatever's good for you. But yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll make a normal coffee and crypto video on throughout the week once we get the schedule set up, and then we'll go from there. I'll during the weekends though, I would love to have a coffee and crypto hour, just talking crypto. Eventually, we'll have a live chat set up once we get more subscribers. So be sure to like and subscribe. And I opened up the comments for. I know some people were asking for the comments to be opened up. I got that going, so the comments are open up. You can comment and let me know what you want me to look up for you, and we'll take a look at it. We'll add it up to the list up here. Then after that, we'll start taking a look at it, and share some of the stuff you guys are into. I'm interested to see what you guys are looking at, and I'm always looking for something to something interesting to put a few dollars in and see what happens. And you know, if there's something that's popping, let me know. And but yeah, this is Coffee and Crypto. This is Mr. Big Braids signing out. You always have a good weekend.